Now, that's a little more fun than doing your tax returns. In these tough economic times, South Africans are finding ways to cut back. And when it comes to a reasonable, nutritious meal, perhaps they can take their lead from the new finance minister. Now, Tito has made no secret about his love for pilchards, often taking to social media to rave about his favorite food. Now, Limpopo-born Mboweni is also a fan of avocados and something called majenje, and that's apparently a type of winged termite or flying ant. Nobody is able to tell us exactly what that is. Well, to tell us how to eat like the finance minister, we're joined by chef that's Given Nefumembe. If I got that right, Given.
Definitely.
Welcome. And you came even in your apron. I didn't even know that they had their own apron.
Yeah, we do. We've got all our own regalia, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, so you've shown us all the various things you can actually do with pilchards. And I must say, I never thought of even half of these things.
Yes.
So, firstly, a good choice, a healthy choice for Minister Tito Mboweni, pilchards, very good for the system?
Very, very healthy. Remember, the lucky star pilchards, they've got omega-3, which is very good for the development of your brain. So some of the people, they even go to the extent of going to the pharmacies to go and buy supplement of omega-3.
Yes.
So why not go for lucky star pilchard, which has got omega-3 in it.
And it's tastier.
Very,
and it's a
very
bit cheaper
tasty,
also, maybe.
very, very affordable. I mean, one tin can save a family of 4.
Yeah.
Imagine going to the supermarket to buy a whole fish, which can cost you about 79 or 80 rands per kilo. So when it comes to saving, Lucky Star is the best option for you.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, well, you've done some very novel things here. Like I say, some things we never thought of. I mean, we just chuck it in the pot with some chili and some curry powder and all of that. But tell us what you've done. And we know he likes avo, but you haven't combined avo with any. Or have you combined
Yes,
avo?
I've got
Okay,
it.
tell us what you've done.
Okay, so my first dish, we call this one, is the spanakopita.
Ah, okay.
Spanakopita, obviously, it's the pilchard spanakopita. I use the phyllo pastry, I put the pilchard, then I roll it to the shape of a triangle.
Did you cook it first, though? Did you cook the pilchards or are they raw?
So what I did, I infused flavors, like I fried the onion, add the garlic, add the mushrooms, then I combine with the pilchard, then just make a smooth
Straight
paste.
out the can?
Yes.
Okay.
Straight from the can. Then also I've got a cream cheese and avocado dip, because the minister loves avocado. So I've got a cream cheese and avocado dip.
Ah, okay, well, I know, Indian people, we do the tin fish samosa, so I suppose that's as close as that comes to that.
Exactly. So because I use the phyllo, but if you use the samosa paste, then you need to deep fry. Remember, the phyllo, we bake in the oven.
Oh, do you bake that in the oven?
Yes.
Fantastic.
For healthy, remember, baking and comparing to frying, healthy option, you need to bake.
Okay, and tell us what you have here, because I think I'm seeing some avo in there
yes,
as well.
So this side we've got spicy pilchard and avo tacos.
Tacos?
Yes.
I mean, I know fish tacos are big, but I've never heard of pilchard tacos.
Yeah, so we just like, normally is a Mexican, what we did, we substitute other fish or other meat with pilchard. We just take a steak of pilchard, we put inside, so we've got some julienne carrots, shredded red cabbage for that crunchy texture to eat. Then on top, I did drizzle a little bit of cilantro and mayonnaise dressing, so that it keeps my taco
wet. Who would
wet.
have thought of that? And that's not been cooked. You've just taken the chunks of pilchards out of
exactly,
that.
it's fresh from the tea.
Now, I want to ask you very quickly before we move on to these. Now, we were having a discussion among our staff, our crew, our M&T team yesterday, about how you actually clean a can of pilchards. And I was telling them that the bones are actually good. They're the highest source of calcium. Am I right about that?
120%.
You see, team mother knows best.
So remember, especially by the law, everything that is canned, you need to state that you remove the bone. So if you don't state that, you need to remove the bone, which means everything they can is edible.
Yeah.
What's
so
the
you
point
don't need to actually clean that even further.
You're throwing away nutrients.
I mean, people were talking about washing out the sauce, they were taking out the bones. I said, you'll be left with like that much fish.
Exactly.
Who knows? Okay, so you hear, team, everything in there is good for you and it's safe to eat. Let's move on to these delicious looking, are they burgers?
Yes, so I've got also pilchard burgers. So what I use, like the same mixture I use for the spanakopita. What I did, I drained the sauce. Then I mix equal amounts of the tomato sauce from the can and mayonnaise to make a dressing or a spread for my burgers. But I first toasted my burgers, then I spread, then I've got butter lettuce, I've got some rocket, I've got some chakalaka.
So how did you actually make the patties?
The patties, like I took the fish, separated from the sauce, then I thicken it with add a little bit of breadcrumbs so that it can absorb all the moisture. Then I set it, add one egg so that everything binds together.
That's in one can now?
Yes.
So one egg and some breadcrumbs in one can. And you
one
mash
cup
it all
of
up.
breadcrumbs, one egg, you combine everything together. Then just
any
fry
extra spices in there?
Yes, I did add some coriander, ground coriander. We've got also some garlic for flavor.
Okay, so as you would probably do a chutney or a curry.
Exactly, so that remember, it's all about building flavors.
Okay, so that's amazing. I mean, what else that you've not brought here? And these are quite novel ideas. What else would you do? I mean, we do things like tin fish biryani.
Yes.
You could do that's also very easy to do.
You can do your seafood paella. Instead of using your normal hake, put the pilchards in there. You can do things like, I think we've got a touch of Cape Town, like you can do the bready, you do fish bready, use the pilchard as well. You can use it as a whole, you braai it, you wrap it in a foil, you put some lemons, put some flavors in there, then you braai it. You've got dried fish. You
Dried
can do
fish.
yes. Also, remember, when it comes to fish, you can just, like what we do, we normally do, like, we substitute other meats with fish. You can do also your own homemade pasta.
Yeah.
Instead
You can
of
even
putting,
do like fish
yeah,
pies, I suppose.
exactly,
With
you
like
can
a
do that,
cottage
yeah.
pie with
sausage,
the poachers.
sausage,
That's a
small
good
sausage
idea.
roll using pilchard instead of normal meats.
That's fantastic. And one can goes a long way.
One
a
can
little goes a
serve
long
a
way.
family of 4.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
serves a family for fantastic. Well, we're going to make sure that we put you in touch with the finance minister, I suppose, so
Thank
you
you.
can maybe give him some of these ideas. I mean, I don't know, the Majenje part I'm not sure about. Do you even know what those are?
I'm not quite familiar with those, but I'm more familiar with Mopani worms. But
Mopani
I've
worms.
seen, but I think it's not. I'm not sure whether.
Well, they're not
referring
in
to
any of these
yeah,
things.
No,
Okay, we
Mopani
just
worm.
stuck with the fish and the apple. We just played
Yeah.
it safe. Thank you very much. These are beautiful ideas. I'm certainly going to try some of these out at home because they seem terribly easy. And that's Given Nefumembe, who's given us some ideas of what to do with those pilchards. And if the finance minister's coming to visit you, well, now you have no excuse.